والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين صدق الله العظيم.
Let us start the AYUSH Conclave with the keynote address. Before we commence with the keynote address, it's my privilege to introduce our esteemed moderators for this session. Their expertise and guidance will pave the way for a fruitful discussion. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Umar Jahangir, Head, Department of Jil, Sumer, Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. Dr. Norman Salim, HOD, Department of Ilmul Sadla, Ayurvedic and Unani Tibia College, Delhi. I'm pleased to introduce our distinguished speaker, Dr. M. Intekhab Alam, virologist and CEO of Danone GmbH, Cologne, Germany. Dr. Mohammad Intekhab Alam, an Indian-born German citizen, is a prominent figure in virology and medical sciences, currently serving as CEO of Danone GmbH. With a PhD in medical virology from the University of Gießen, Germany, and academic qualifications from Jamia Hamdard, Delhi, Dr. Alam has excelled in various roles across Europe and Turkey. His expertise encompasses virus host interactions, viral replication and pathogenesis, along with the preclinical antiviral development and vaccine research. Dr. Alam's leadership extends to prestigious scientific societies and global collaborations, earning recognition from international conferences and organizations. Through his lectures and publications in over 25 countries, including collaborations with the CDC, Dr. Alam continues to shape the field of virology and pandemic preparedness with his profound impact and leadership. Dr. Alam will be delivering a keynote speech on the timely topic of empowering herbal remedies for blueprint viral pathogen control from regulations to clinical use.
I welcome you all to this beautiful and I must say comparatively warm morning. I heartily welcome Dr. Intekhab Alam sir, virologist and CEO from Germany, and he'll be delivering a keynote speech on empowering herbal remedies for blueprint viral pathogen control from regulation to clinical use. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all audience and organizers. It is my pleasure to be here at the AYUSH Conclave, and this is definitely international. That's why we have very large presence of audience from the globe, mainly Iran and Turkey, and definitely I am from Germany. This is a very happy moment for me to see that how the Unani system is being recognized, not only in India, but the scientists and Unani Hakims and Bas, they are considering this alternative system to bring in the global market and global healthcare system. I'm now going to talk about the empowering herbal remedies for blueprint viral pathogens control from regulation to clinical uses. As you know that bringing a drug or any medical products from manufacturing unit to the patient given by a doctor, it is not easy. It's a very complicated process. and it is highly regulated, and it's not easy to bring directly. So, as Niharika introduced about me, that I have multiple activities in my academic as well as my entrepreneurship activities. I am currently CEO of Diagnomed GmbH. I am also lecturing clinical trials professionals in Germany for interventional and non-interventional drug development, and it is sponsored by German federal government. I am also editor of Journal of Cellular and Molecular Medicine, which impact factor is 5.5, where we publish the preclinical and clinical research, and this publisher is located in United Kingdom. My academic qualifications, as you know, that PhD in biotechnology and pharmaceuticals. So I have a very multidisciplinary experiences and academic qualifications that motivate me to pursue the careers in the disease diagnostics, prophylaxis and therapeutics. You can see here professional positions I had, hold 5-year postdoctoral, that all I pursued in Germany and Switzerland. I was also assistant professor of medical virology in Turkey, where I was teaching medical students, and I was also having independent research as a group leader. I was also chief scientific officer, diagnostic product lines manager and regulatory professionals for in vitro diagnostics in Germany. And very recently, I was regulatory professional for medical device like CT scan as well as the ICU ventilators. It was also in Germany. I would like to give some insights into virus replication cycles and antivirals. I just want to start here that how the virus enters into the host cells and how they exit from the infected cells. So here is the virion, this is the virus particles, and they bind to the receptor of the host into the cell membrane, and after that they are internalized into the cells by receptor-mediated endocytosis. You can see after the endocytotic process, viral RNA, that is a genome of the RNA viruses, but it is not only limited to viral RNA, but DNA viruses could be also the same mechanism of entry. After entering into the cells, fusion and uncoating process takes place that leads into the release of the viral genome into the infected cells, where the transcription and translation of the viral genome is occurred. And then there are some procedures for the virion morphogenesis and also the maturation. You can see that the viral particles are matured here, virus assembly and maturation, and that releases from the infected cells and they released out. So this is a complete one replication cycles, entry to exit. So this is a complete replication cycle. How the antiviral drugs are used to target the viral replication. You can see that these are the different stages of the virus replication. Adsorption, endocytotic fusion, you see uncoating, there is some process, and then there is a packaging and budding, and this is the release. So these are the drugs, antiviral drugs like DAS 181, this is adamantins, this is another antiviral drugs. Here is some another drugs. So they are targeting a different viral replication cycles target, So what we use the antiviral drugs into allopathic system, we know very well about the mechanism, how the antivirals targets and where they target. So this is a very well defined manner in an allopathic system. Now I just want to say that herbal remedies and their mode of action, this is a very severe problem for the Ayurvedic and Unani system, that we do not know mode of actions of the drug. Clinical trials and data are severely lacking in the system of Ayurveda or Unani system. We have to reinforce our strategy for preclinical and clinical research, which is very important for the herbal and Ayurvedic system. The majority of herbal medications are taken orally, which is the preferred method for both patients and manufacturers. Most of the manufacturers like to make oral because it does not require any kind of additional staff. So it is an economical additive value. that you do not need any staffs to administer the drug. So I would definitely say that Unani system or Ayurvedic system has a better additive values than the allopathic system, where the IV or subcutaneous, sublingual, there are more modes of transmission. I just want to say that chronic versus acute, allopathic versus herbal. So most of the people in the society, they think that herbal medicines can cure chronic diseases, whereas acute case can be controlled by the allopathic system. So definitely here I can say that acute as well as the chronic cases can be managed well by Ayurvedic and Unani system. But there are a lot of regulatory affairs involved to bring the Unani system or Ayurvedic system into the market to the patient. So you see there the API, that is active pharmaceutical ingredients. API is always related to the GMP, good manufacturing practices is needed, plant extract or constituents. I do not know very well how the herbal drugs are manufactured and what kind of regulations or toxins or batch release they are performing. I have to learn from other speakers. As I said, that viruses replicate into the host, and these are the WHO blueprint viral pathogens. Why we say the blueprint? Because the research and development, R&D has not been completed. That's why government, WHO enforced that for these viruses like COVID-19, Crimea Congo hemorrhagic Ebola virus, Lassa virus, MERS COVID and Nipah virus, Rift Valley virus, Zika virus, and recently monkeypox. So these are all the blueprint pathogens who, for that there is no prevention and there is no any kind of a therapeutic control. That's why R&D must be accelerated and it must be completed within the short period of time, because the patients needs this as soon as possible. So in general, the drug development takes 10 to 12 years. This is a very standard time frame that you have to do clinical trials. 10 to 15 years later, your proposed drug candidate can pass and then FDA approval will be completed. So this is a normal process, 10 to 12 years. But for these viruses, we have not to wait for 10 to 12 years. You have to complete the prevention and development within 1 year or 1.5 years or during the pandemic or epidemic situations. So you have not to count 10 to 15 years. So I just want to mention that WHO will update all the blueprint R&D pathogens list by the middle of 2024, including bacteria. According to recent research, fungi can be more dangerous than viruses or bacteria. ICU patients such as those receiving chemotherapy for cancers, HIV, AIDS, immunocompromised patients and elderly patients are highly susceptible to invasive fungal infection. So this is a very, very important and latest area of research where fungal infections are not only on the topical, on the body part, but it is infecting the lungs, heart, kidneys, as well as the other vital organs. So IFI is a very hot topic in the clinical research as well as in the healthcare system. So doctors has to be very, very important diagnostic they have to make in this immunocompromised patients. Correct diagnosis and antifungal treatment may save such ICU patients. Infections with fungi grow in deeply rooted tissues and organs such as kidney, heart, as I said. As we also know that research are always controversial. So that's why constant and accelerated research is needed. You can see here the scientist issues warning over new side effects of taking paracetamol. You never know, doctors cannot say now that liver cancer, where the drug is metabolized, is caused by the paracetamol. Maybe in later stage, in a couple of years, you will know the reason why paracetamol is so much dangerous. So definitely there is some kind of a science required. Here you also say that, as I said, that the science is a controversial. Facts check, there is a research proves HIV is the cause of AIDS contrary to viral claim, So science is always controversial. You cannot concrete that this is a formally defined and conclusive. It may change. from one investigator to another. So science is always changing. Drug is also not permanent. Paracetamol is always not for the fever, but it can cause very detrimental effect into the patient. Maybe cancer also. Liver cancer is being so much prevalent into the society, but you never know that this is because of the paracetamol or ibuprofen, because you never know where they are targeting. Bioaccumulation, biomagnification, this could be also possible. I just want to mention here the herbal extract antivirals. Here you see that this is a very recent review article where they have highlighted that in the poultry there are many kind of blueprint diseases, Newcastle diseases, alopecias, you see, alopecias, other diarrhea indica, neem. So these are very, very comprehensive collections of herbal drugs. They have been used as antiviral agents, you know. So scientific world relies on evidence-based improvements in healthcare, because these days every patient needs expertise. They don't go to the MBBS simply, they go to the MD and very expert doctors. The same way, the scientific world relies evidence-based improvements in healthcare. They don't simply believe that if you are telling one thing and they can believe. It's not possible. So the alternative medicine system must provide proof of safety and efficacy, which is currently very inadequate. Hakim and Bass are not revealing all the information related to the clinical data and clinical trials. So this is the drawbacks. I can say that most of the people are curious to know about this. Allopathic versus alternative, you know. So Bass ka beta Bass, Hakim ka beta Hakim. This was an open dialogue in the past, and I don't know now what is the situation, because Hippocrates, father of modern medicine and Unani medicine, the Unani system emerged much earlier than modern medicine. I can confirm that modern medicine took a lot of basic information from the Unani system, and that's why they are very modern. Drawbacks that Hakim and Bath only passed on the knowledge to their children. Let's check this fact by other speakers. Because most of the people claims that Bath and Hakim don't reveal all the information into the society. That's why this system is not well promoted, well recognized. They are very restrictive. Despite the fact that Hippocrates was the father of both the system, and he used this system. So modern medicine is definitely some kind of taking benefit of the alternative system, Unani and Ayurveda. Here I just want to give some information about my regular medication. I am very sensitive towards the pollens and also some kind of allergens. And I am using all this time these two drugs. This does not work as good as these two drugs. Here is a fenzel, there is a fennel, I think Sauf in Hindi. I think this helps me very well. My breathing system goes very well. My cough is also reduced very much. But when I take these two drugs, this is a very, very short time solution for my rhinitis and also the allergic reactions. But I don't know, still I don't know the reason why these two drugs are working very well. They are herbal drugs. But these are not working as good as this one. So I would also like to know the mechanism. Where is the target? What is the immune modulation? Here I just want to show the German supermarkets herbal products. I mean Indian or herbal drug manufacturers needs to know EU import-export laws and regulations. You know, so this is the very, very typical selling situations in the supermarket in Germany. All the herbal products are arranged in this way, and it is recognized as al natura. So this you can see that how they are, and Indian, if we Indian Hakim, Bad, or maybe drug manufacturers want to enter into the European market, we have to know about the European Union import-export laws and regulations. You can also see German supermarkets herbal products. You can see another product. I am just giving this overview that you can understand what kind of herbal medications they are selling, and definitely the prices are much higher than Asian countries. You can also see here German supermarkets has such kind of a the tea, Darjeeling tea, or there are many herbal products they have arranged in this. I can say that it's super expensive in Germany, herbal medications. Even Darjeeling tea is a very expensive. It's 10 times higher than Indian prices. Quality is very high. EU GMP standards, all the products are European Union good manufacturing practice standards. There is an import-export licensing for them. That's why they are importing from the very high resourced country. Fully accessible for rich. I can say that these products are not consumed by the local, very suboptimal economic people. You know, only the rich people are buying these things. Even I am not able to buy all this in my daily routine because these are very expensive. I can also say that India, European market can be strongly established for herbal medications. Drug approval competent authority and regulatory bodies such as EMA, European Medical Agency, must be involved. And we have to fulfill and we have to meet the GMP standards, quality control, quality assurance, quality management system, clinical safety and performance, clinical trials data must be required for herbal products to bring into the European or these are another products. I don't want to take the time because you have already seen here. These are also ashwagandha, or there are many products here. All these are imported. Now I just want to come to this. European medical and medical device regulatory bodies. You know, these are the regulators in European markets. If you want to export Indian drugs, herbal drugs or any allopathic system, you have to be recognized and accepted by European Medical Agency. It is located in Netherlands, Amsterdam. Here is a Paul Ehrlich Institute, it's in Germany. They are also controlling that your all technical documentations, quality control, clinical data, clinical safety and performance data is on table. European Commission is involved because they are instructing these organizations to control all importations of the drugs from other countries. So these are all the governmental bodies in Europe. I just want to discuss about here regulatory compliance for medical device or in vitro diagnostics. So if I talk about the medical device, so this is a CT scan. You can see here. This is a pharmaceutical, herbal drug. And this is the IVD, in vitro diagnostics, like monkeypox virus. So there is a different kind of regulations and laws behind IVD, MDR. So you have to prepare all these documents to bring into the market. Because manufacturers can manufacture these things, but to bring into the market to the patient through the doctor, you have to have the notified bodies, IVDR, MDR, technical files, conformity, compliance and registration. For IVDR and MDR, clinical evaluation, post-marketing surveillance, MD risk analysis, device recall, FDA. So these are the very common things. Regulatory roadmap for approval and registration, as I said, that it is not easy, it is a very complicated process. In India, SEDESCO is responsible for any kind of importation and registration of the product. If we talk about the herbal, CCRU is a competent European authorities. This is a European Medical Agency. Elatance is one of the devices where you can see that pregnant lady, when they give the birth of the baby, their pain can be managed up to 90%. So they do not need epidural injections, but with this device, they can give the normal delivery of the baby and they can reduce 80 to 90% pain. So these are all the medical devices, IVD and pharmaceutical, and these are the regulatory process. You have to know this. I just want to tell Elatance, it is a UK product. This is launched in India by us. I think I was also very much active to bring this from United Kingdom to India, and now it is in the Indian market. Epidural injections free, drug free, normal pelvis delivery up to 90%. So becoming mother can reduce the pain up to 90%. And this is also helping the mothers to manage after the operation, post-operative, C-sections, pain up to 90%. So this is a very good, and there is a scientific evidence, there is a clinical trials, clinical evaluations, and you may contact for any questions at anupam@diagnomatindia.com. He is responsible for all these devices. We have we have launched in India. Now I just want to make a summary of my talk that R&D blueprint viral pathogens have pandemic potentials, because that's why it is called blueprint. That means its R&D is very, very important to control the epidemics and pandemics. Emergency research and development (R&D) needs to be accelerated to provide prevention and treatment. The allopathic system is urgently needed for acute case, but herbal medicine may be a better option for both acute and chronic cases. To be accepted worldwide, herbal medicines need to be tested in clinical trials like allopathic medicines. Mechanism of action must be known behind herbal drugs. Some herbal medicines are much better than allopathic medicines. I can vouch because some of the jaundice patient has already given me the feedback. The side effects of allopathic systems are much higher, and definitely there is a liver toxicity. Herbal medicines are administered orally, which has an additional economic benefit. Hakim Baid must have the freedom to share knowledge but not be a possessive. Hakim Baid must take the challenges, conducting clinical trials. Clinical data trials is very, very important. Pharmacovigilance, drug monitoring is also needed for Hakim and Baid. Ever serious event must be documented, which is very unlikely by some plants because some plants are also very toxic. Safety and performance must be met. EU GLP standard must be met before exporting outside India and European market, ensuring that the batch release is free of endotoxin or contaminants, and all the technical files are ready for the drug compliance regulations required in the European market. I think this is the last, but not the least. This is my acknowledgement. I have been collaborating since several years with Rockefeller University, CDC, Arab Emirates Infectious Disease Society, Estermed, European Medical Agency, Ludwig Cancer Center, Nationwide Children's Hospital, Teco Medical, Active Immunity, Institute of Virology in Germany, and also in Switzerland. Thank you very much. Please raise the questions. I will be happy to answer. Is there any questions, please?
From Kashmir Print Media. Sir, I want to ask a question about the duplicate medicine and real medicine. How to identify the duplicacy and real medicine of Unani medicine, Germany? किस तरह से आप नकली दवा और असली दवाई को आप पहचान सकते हैं कि ये असली हर्बल है कि नकली हर्बल? आप किस तरह आप उसको पहचान सकते हैं जर्मनी में जो आप जड़ी बूटियों से इलाज करते हैं? Are you getting my point, sir?
Questions. Definitely this is a valuable question, but I can assure you that European regulation is so highly controlled that it is very slightly that you can escape the quality. So European qualities are GMP standards. I can ensure you that there is a very little chances of duplicacy. Even we do not have a Chinese product too much, China is blamed to be faking into the medical healthcare system. So in Germany, I hardly find any kind of duplicacy because there is a lot of paperwork. Even dog, you cannot have a dog without vaccination certificate. There are every week you are getting 10 to 15 letters in your letterbox regarding your dog, whether your dog is vaccinated or not vaccinated. When it is coming into the body, like herbal drug or allopathic drugs, they have to meet the compliance. So I really doubt that in Europe we can do duplicacy or any kind of a fraudulentry. That can be practiced in other countries, but I think I would not go with your opinions. I don't find this opportunity. Thank you.